So, have I mentioned lately that Canada's descending into authoritarianism? Oh, what, 10 minutes ago? Oh, well, sorry to tell you, there's more. Here's a headline: CRTC considering banning Fox News from Canadian cable packages. An LGBTQ rights group asked the CRTC to ban Fox News over false and horrifying claims made by host Tucker Carlson regarding transgender individuals. And if that sounds like insane hyperbole, well, of course it is. This is Trudeau's Canada. Now, the fact that Tucker Carlson is no longer with Fox News and has taken quite a lot of his audience with him doesn't seem to matter in this case. Ultimately, Fox News is still a conservative news source, and as such is not something that the left wants to tolerate. They want to destroy any dissent from their message, from their narrative. So that's what's happening here. So the CRTC is the Canadian Radio, Television, Telecommunications Commission, and this is supposed to be, independent-ish from the federal government, but I don't think it's fooling anybody. And of course, like every institution in Canada, you know that it is full of people that vote for Trudeau. And anyway, I guess, the Emergencies Act is not enough. All of Trudeau's online censorship bills, they aren't enough. Now you've got to go after Fox News too. And I think this is clearly political, but let's see what they have to say about it. The CRTC has opened a public consultation on a complaint from an LGBTQ rights group asking the broadcast regulator to ban Fox News from cable packages in Canada. So this group that complained, they published an open letter following a March appearance on the Tucker Carlson Tonight Show. The group said the Fox News, quote, coverage aimed to provoke hatred and violence against two SLG, all of those letters, communities, particularly those who are two-spirit, trans, non-binary, and gender non-conforming. It's hard to keep track of them all. And I don't mean that in a mean way or to denigrate anybody. I just mean it is really hard to keep track. Quote, during the segment, Carlson made the inflammatory and false claim that trans people are targeting Christians. So this Tucker Carlson segment obviously came after a trans shooter targeted a Christian academy and killed 6 people, 3 of them being children, and I guess that's the context there. And of course, it has to be said, there is not a group of any humans anywhere on the planet where there's not a portion of them are violent. Let's see, the letter also accused the segment of stoking resentment against the 2ST, all the letters, individuals through misinformation, quote, including that trans people are given preferential treatment in employment and other opportunities. Well, here, this is from the Government of Canada, and they've got a page here about inclusive federal policies and programs and laws. Let's see, Federal 2S LGBTQI plus Action Plan. We've got an entire Pride season going on there. Trudeau's apologizing about something here. Here's funding opportunities. So it seems like the Canadian government is preferential in some ways, is it not? Here, CBC Radio Canada, Diversity Writers Mentoring Program. Their Diversity and Inclusion Committee. So, come on, who are we kidding here? Now, I'm seeing people on Twitter trying to frame this as being about the Dominion case and that Fox News lies because they settled this case. Well, CNN settled a case with Nick Sandman. There was a $275 million lawsuit. Now, how much did they settle for? It wouldn't have been that much, but we don't know. I'm guessing it wasn't $50 and a CNN hat. Of course, we had MSNBC. Well, I'll just read the headline. A court ruled Rachel Maddow's viewers know that she offers exaggeration and opinion, not facts. Because Rachel Maddow and MSNBC were sued by OAN, One American News. And MSNBC actually won that case, but this is how they won it, by saying, well, it's not news, it's just opinion, and the viewers know that. Quote, Maddow's show is different than a typical news segment where anchors inform viewers about the daily news. An Obama-appointed judge ruled. Essentially, they won the case because they're not news. So if you're talking about Fox isn't news, you have to get rid of MSNBC and CNN as well. But as we know, the fact that the CRTC is even considering this is pure politics. This is clearly political. The only question is, to me, is how far up the political ladder does it go? Would anybody be surprised if a little nudge had come from the Prime Minister's office? We see scandal after scandal, just an endless stream of revelations of Chinese interference, from secret donations from the CCP to the Trudeau Foundation, to secret Chinese police stations all over Canada, to threatening the family of a sitting Conservative MP in Canada, all swept under the rug, with Trudeau himself at odds with his own staff as to whether he was even informed about this stuff. So I place no limits on Trudeau's corruption. He's been trying to punish Rebel News for years now. He doesn't like people disagreeing with him. I would actually say that this is symbolic of how politics in Canada works now under Trudeau. Canadian politics and justice have been reforged into the image of Justin Trudeau himself, alternately smirking and scowling about the enemy, those intolerants who must not be tolerated. And we know who's intolerant because Trudeau told us, and he was seconded by those enlightened scholars at the CBC. I would say this is all totally predictable in Trudeau's Canada. The witch has been identified. The witch is anybody that Trudeau says is a witch. And more broadly, is just anybody who isn't far left. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.